welcome back to Ben Barker Fitness. Today we have my all-time favorite exercise, the barbell back squat. Y'all, I think a lot of people get intimidated by this exercise because it's a free weight movement, so it's not on the Smith machine where you're guided by that machine. And I think a lot of people just opt for the leg press because you can slap a bunch of weight on there and feel cool. The barbell is a little more difficult, but I'm telling you, it's worth your while to learn how to do this move correctly. Less stability than on the Smith machine, so you get a little more core action, and I think it puts you in a more favorable path, whereas you're just fixed on the Smith machine. The leg press is great, but you get more of a full range of motion on this. I just think it's overall a better movement for strengthening the legs, the core, and the glutes. Let's jump into it. So typically when you're unracking the bar, you're always gonna face the rack. For demonstration purposes, I'm gonna face outwards. And most importantly, if you're doing this at the gym without a spotter, if you can use a rack with safety arms, that's just always a safe bet. It's a little bit safer, and it's a fail safe in case you don't make a rep. You can just set the bar down on the safety rack. For my old CrossFit days, I just hardly ever use a safety rack. There is a way to bail from the barbell if you're not using a safety rack, but that's for a different video. All right, check it out. So when you get under the bar, you use those little markings out on the bar. You get your arms even. We tuck our head underneath. Get right on top of your traps. There are two different versions, a high bar and a low bar back squat. That's also for another video. So we unrack the bar. When you come out, stances are a little bit different for everybody based on your height. We can talk toes in or toes out. I think the best way to do it is the feet are about shoulder width apart, and then over time as you squat, you'll kind of learn your body and feel out what you need to do. Slightly point your toes out. When we squat, don't bend the knees first. Think about poking your rear back, and then we bend the knees, sit down nice and low, drive the whole foot into the ground. A lot of people use the cue of digging the heel into the ground, but you really want to dig the whole foot. The ball of the foot, toes, heel, dig it into the ground. We'll take a deep breath, kind of hold it, dig the feet in, and we exhale. Ideally on the squat, again, it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. We want the hip crease at the bottom to get below the top of the knee. So when we go a little bit lower on the squat, we get the glutes more involved and not just the quad. So here it is from the side. You sit down low, chest is tall, dig the foot into the ground. So you'll see it there, the hips just kind of slightly stick back first, and then we dig those feet in, squeezing the rear at the top of each rep. The squat is so cool because there's just a plethora of different uses for the squat. If we're talking about strength building, a great place to start is 5 sets of 5 reps. But you can also use it for building endurance as well. So don't let the heavy weight scare you. Feel free to start super, super light, 3 sets of 10. And over time, as you learn the movement, you can add weight. And what I think is smart to do eventually, you can either do a 1 rep max, always use a spotter, ideally with a trainer or a coach that can help you through this, or you can do an estimated 1 rep max where you do like 10 reps, as heavy as you can, then you put it into a 1 rep max calculator so it can tell you what your estimated 1 rep max is, and then you can go off percentages. So you know when you do a set of 5, you're gonna use 85% of your 1 rep max, or when you're doing a set of 10, you wanna use 70%, or excuse me, 70% of your 1 rep max. So if you found this video useful, or you like more tips, tricks, or workout demos, make sure to like and subscribe. Woo! Also, look at those quads. You want a set of those?